Hey there, we're back again. So in the last video, we did the analysis on the accident source description. In this one, what I'd like to do is create a new parent code. And there's several ways we can do it. I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible. So we're going to copy this to a new tab. And I need to bring the outliers back above because they need to be coded too. Copy. And paste. All right. Now what we want to do, because we're going to be creating new code based on the accident source description, we're going to do this. We're going to turn that header row into a filter, do the accident source again. And we've got the COVID already in there. All right, so then we click on column N, which is just to the right of M, or we could put it to the right. I like to put everything to the right. That's just me. There we go. This is going to be our new or parent cause code. And you can pick what you want to call it. We're going to have to populate it. I'm going to go to the bottom and just add it down here and make sure I didn't mess anything up. Okay, add it down there. And this should be, So maybe I copied it and I didn't cut it. I'm just going to delete these real quick. There. Because I'll bring down after I code it. All right, let's go back up here. So now I've got a new thing to show you. I'll zoom this in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the help document under the semester project tab and go to the tab that says new cause code cipher. So I went through and looked at 3 different data sets and created this color code system. Hopefully you're not colorblind. We had a student who was once colorblind and they had issues. But so here's what we're going to do. We've got 4 different sources to go off of. If you don't like this, what you could do is go to the claims here, and you could use this. So these entries here are very similar to what we have. I'd shown you in the last video, and then you could use these parent codes if you wanted. But I think it's a lot easier just to use my setup here. What we're looking for is an entry that matches one of these 4, and then whatever color it is, we copy this new category into the space. So let's go back to ours. And so the first one is allergic reaction. It's a lot easier when you have 2 screens. So allergic reaction, it's on all 4 of them. It's purple. So I go to the purple exposure to chemicals or biological agents. I do Control C to copy. Go to mine and do Control V to paste. So that's my new code that I'm going to study it off of. Next one's caught in under between object. Go back over. And is it here? Yes, it is like this weird brown. I just called it caught in between. And bring it back over. Hit paste, but because it's not numbers, I can just click and drag it. For COVID, I'm not really sure. That would be more like a disease or something. Biological agent? Let's call it that. Since it's a new one, and there's only 2 of them, I'll put it under exposure to biological agents because it's a virus. Cut, puncture, scrape is a dark blue, exposure to sharp objects. Copy, go over, paste it, and click and drag. Dust, fumes, and vapors. Dust, fumes, and vapors. It's purple. Copy. What is exposed? Okay, let's see what current is. I'm not really sure. Current is green, exposure to harmful physical agents. Copy that. Exposure to chemicals, I suppose it's just this. Falls, that'll be a new one. That's one we use a lot. So it's the light blue, slip, trip, fall. So I'm not destroying or manipulating any current data. I'm creating a new variable based on something we already have. But what I'm doing is I'm combining. I'm not sure how to say that properly, but bringing together similar exposures. So slip, trip, and fall. Slip, trip is a slip, trip, and fall, whether it's on stairs or outside or on a normal floor. Foreign body. Let's see. body is purple. I think it's miscellaneous if you go under the state records, but all we're trying to do is make it so we've got fewer to work with. Hearing loss, that's probably exposure to harmful physical agents, because noise is a harmful physical agent. I'll double check that, and then I'm looking for lifting, lowering. Oh, sorry, holding, carrying. Let's see. Do we have hearing loss is green? Yep, so I got it right. Next one, holding, carrying, yellow, overexertion. Copy. And lifting and lowering also goes under overexertion. So is material handling. And then we get to this miscellaneous causes. I believe I've got a gray miscellaneous here. I do. But if you want, you can actually read these and see if you could classify them better than what they have. There's only a few. Next is vehicular. Oh, gotta go to this one. Vehicular is green for vehicular accident. There's just two of them. Pushing, pulling is overexertion. You might have to look, but I know that that's what it is. Trust me. So is reaching and bending. So is repetitive motion. Though that one might be able to fit under so a strain injury. Although if you read some of them, you may find it's something different. Sometimes the coding's weird. Struck by and against is orange. I'm thinking of a color. It's orange. And alphabetically, we're getting near the bottom, so quite a few of those. Temperature extreme. I'm not sure what that is. Temperature extremes are, it's a harmful physical agent. All right, copy. So in that just little bit of time, I created a new variable. Now what we want to do is the same analysis. We're going to prioritize based on these new cause codes. So I need to first make some room. I really only need about 15 spaces. Yeah. All right, let's bring all this up. Copy, paste. So now we're doing the new or parent cause code that I made. Let's see. It is under N. So N, we're still 387 because we've gone back to everything. Excuse me. Now these did change. Now it's TUV because we added something. So for this, and now what is it? It's not V over Q anymore. It's W over R. W over R. And this is now S times Y. Yep. All right. And now, in order to populate over here, what I'm going to do is go back to the original. I know we didn't use them all, but I'm going to copy them all over, and then we'll delete them once we've completed it. And paste them here. Get rid of color. We don't need color. Yeah, please get rid of the color for your tables. That can get really annoying quick. Trust me. All right, so I will fill that in. I'll put the totals in once we get that going. All right, here we go. Equal COUNTIF N2 to N388. When it's this, I gotta put the dollar signs in front of the 2 and the 388. So when I go up and down, that doesn't go up and down. Actually, I'm just going down. All right, got any zeros? I got 2 zeros. Delete, and I'll put in my total. Equal the sum. All right, the percent count is this number divided by 387. I turn that into a percentage. Drag it all the way down. Good to see. For paid medical, equal SUMIF, and this is N2 to N388. When that hits that, then add up T2 to T388. All right, give me dollar values. Oh, wait, I didn't have to do that, did I? I could have just copied it up. You guys should have told me. I could have just copied this line up and then changed the M to an N, and I think that would have worked. All right, so I got to put the dollar signs in front of the N and the 2, the N and the 380, the Q, and then the 2 and the 388. And now I can click and drag it over, add it up. Check my work. See where the totals are there. Boom, 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 boom. You like my sound effects? Equal total paid divided by count. And the total is 7128, as it is right there. Percent total paid is equal to the total paid divided by 275, 8725. That is to be a percentage. Drag it all the way down. Good. RPN is equal to the percent count times by percent total paid. It's like again, it's basically severity times probability, which is what risk is, but this is a risk priority number. So the magnitudes don't really mean anything except when we can see how big it is, we can kind of find a natural cutoff. All right, drag this down, but we don't do the total. All right, now what we need to do is sort by this. Like when it's small like this, it's so much easier to work with. Data, sort by RPN, largest to smallest. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I don't think we go to 4. I think we might just leave it at 3. We'll see what it is anyway. Oh, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that again. All right, so let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3. What do we got, like 8 or 9? We've got 9. Let's figure out the percentages that are represented, because I did that same thing down here. Remember, we're going to try to do a basic Pareto. So it's equal to 1 divided by 9. Turn that into a percent. Make it small. And drag it. So 2 is our Pareto 2%. Let's see what happens when we do that. So I'll say top 2 cause codes is equal to the sum. I could have just clicked plus, but we'll just do that. And drag it all the way over. This doesn't count. Let's do top 3 and top 4, just to see where we are. Equal the sum. There's 3. Equals the sum. Let's go top 4. There. Drag this over. Then I got to get the units all fixed. These are percentages, as are these. And then these are all currency. All right. Let's box that in. I don't know why that's all bolded. So what do we have here? So we've got 87%, 71%, and we don't get to 80 till the 4. Let's look at the magnitude. It's 6 times as much, 3 times as much. Not quite twice. So I'm going to go with the top 3. I think that is probably a target rich. Right? Works for me. And it's as simple as that. I mean, not as simple as, but that's the way you do it. Now let's see what happens when we remove the outliers. That can change things. Save my work. I'm going to need to bring over a new... Oh, I just had to save it. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Add new tab. Bring this over. Copy. Paste. I'm going to turn the header row into a filter. I'm going to filter by total paid, high to low, so then I can identify and remove my outliers, just like that. Cut, Control X, go down here, go all the way over to the left, hit paste. All right, let's take a look. Take a look. So much clicking. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. Okay, let's work these out first. So outlier is equal to, I got to go back one tab and the count and subtract it from this one. 14. Oh, that's right, I can just drag this down. I'm going to drag it all the way down to the fourth one, just because. And center it. And let's do the same thing with this. Equal, go back one tab, click on the total paid, and I'm going to subtract it from my new total paid. And I'm going to drag it down. Look at there. All right, so let's see what the top two is. So equal, so it's the two of the, what was I just going to do? Oh yeah, so it's that plus that. But I said I was going to do the top three. Let's just do the top three. So we've got 26 of the outliers divided by 30. So we're at 86%. Top three is that much. Equals this amount divided by, and I hate that I have to do this, 27,58725 minus what the new total amount is. Oh, I gotta, yeah, put another thing in there, please. There you go. Oh, wow. 90%. I think we found our Pareto. Yeah, so it's gonna be the top three for sure. And let's see what it represents. So 21%, so equal to 21% divided by 28. And the suspense is killing me. Okay, 73.9. Not bad. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on these three within the, what we got with the department, the accent department. So I'll be looking at those within mix and SAN. God, I just don't know how far to go. I might just do forklift 9 to 9 maintenance because they've got at least 14 or 15. Otherwise, it's going to get kind of crazy. We may just do it with these two and see how crazy it is. That's next week, by the way. So we'll be attempting to forecast losses for the top causes that we just created in different departments. If that doesn't work, then we will default to just looking at the, what do you call it? The, just the causes, yeah. So I had done something that I want to quickly look at. Now, I mean, I would do it. Okay, here we go. So I've got I got my outliers down here. So now what we want to do is start comparing. I mean, we did sort of a remedial comparison next to the tables, and I think that's plenty good. But down here, what I've done is, so here's all the total pays for the 30. You know, n is equal to 30. I should just put that right here. N is equal to 30. Outliers. Outliers by accident. By accident. It's an accident what? Accident source description. And I think down here I've got the accident location. Outliers by accident department. And, you know, are they different? You know, that's always been the big question. So the top 10 accident, which is up to 37, represents a good majority of what's going on here. So there's only a few that aren't. We should also, if you haven't already, you know, somebody was trying to open a trailer door, so it was an overexertion. She was on the line, started noticing fingers and wrists shooting pain. Again, that's something that happens. It's not unique, it's not disastrous, but it's really expensive. He was putting some equipment together, cut his leg. That happens. Injured worker states contusion to the head. Slipped and fell. I thought it stepped outside the semi and slipped on ice cream. No, it was ice and fell. Tripped and fell. Employee slipped on noodles on the floor. Injured worker stepped out of the truck driver At delivery site, slipped on black ice, fell. Another fall. Dropped a bag lifter on a pinky. Ouch, that's like a crush, right? Caught in, yeah. Oh, these are falls. There's a puncture. Okay, because it was a cut, repetitive motion, push, pulling, caught in. So we should do these also with the new cause, just to get some insight. Repetitive motion, slipped on floor, repetitive motion, repetitive motion. So I don't want to look too far into it, but we got to go talk to the workers about what we could do to reduce repetitive motion and strain and slipping. So do we need to do a better job of keeping floors clear? Do we need to treat the floor? Do we need different types of footwear? Do we need to do something to keep things from falling on the floor that are slippery? For repetition, are there tools we can use? Are there job design we can use? We don't know this stuff until we go talk to the workers, observe their work, engage their supervisors and find out what it is. What we're doing now is just meant to direct us on what to look for. Employee was on the cocoa line when she inhaled cocoa powder, causing allergic reaction. That's interesting. Not sure. I don't know if I've heard of that. Maybe something. We're not going to look into it for this project, but you would if it was at your actual thing, responsibility. I mean, the amputation was the big, unique one. And another thing is what I've seen some students do is they start looking into the fiscal years. And is there anything there that we can draw upon? Or, male, I really don't like to look into gender, ethnicity, things like that. Whether, when they happen, time of injury. That's another thing too. Is there different work going on at different hours? It's just anything we can do. Here's date, claimant hire. So let's see, they had worked there for 5 years. They worked there for 1 year. They worked there for 4 years. They worked there for 3 years. We don't know. Worked there for 4 years, 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, 1 year. So, I mean, we could do how long they had worked there too. We got also have the claimant date of birth. So we could estimate what their age might be when they got hurt as well. If you want to know how to calculate that stuff, just Google it. That's how I do it. MS Excel, how do we figure this stuff out? And then you've got it. Yeah. So I want you to be really thinking about, are the outliers different? And you can't just say, oh, I think they are or they aren't. But I think we've got numbers here to show it. We've got them down here, and we've got them to the right of our stuff as well. Now, would this have changed when we removed the outliers? This would still be 1. This would still be 2. But this would be 3. This would be 4. So this third one, we may have to consider or include the fourth one. And that's the same sort of thing we should be doing with all this stuff. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of looking at the order of the numbers. This would be 5. So it would still be, I think it would still be top 5. No, this would move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Yeah, I think that's how it would work out. I could sort them, but then I lose this data because it'll all move around. So yeah, I think what I'll do is maybe in the review video for this week, I'll kind of talk a little bit more about some things we learned and how it transfers into this week's assignment.